Oh, shit. You saw nothing? Okay, so today, I haven't actually decided what the title is going to be of this video. Something about what you should eat before a training day, what I think you should eat for breakfast, something like that. Before I get going, bit of a disclaimer, I'm not a qualified nutritionist. I've just been in the triathlon game for a while. I've been racing, training, and triathlon coaching for a number of years, so I feel like I can give, hopefully, some words of wisdom to a few of you watching this video. I'm also not going to be one of those people that bullshits and pretends like I have something like this every day, because the bottom line is, I don't. Do I enjoy a bacon sandwich or a bacon, what the fuck is this? It's French bread or whatever you call it. Baguette, that's it, that's the word. Do I enjoy having bacon baguette? Yeah, of course I do. Do I enjoy having full English? Who doesn't? Do I occasionally go to McDonald's? Well, you know the answer. Yes, obviously I do. This would be my go-to breakfast, but sometimes it just doesn't quite cut it, and you need to have some stuff that's, I mean, come on, it's not that bad for you, but it just tastes incredible. So you're probably wondering what I've got in this bowl of colourfulness, so let's head to the kitchen and find out. So hopefully you enjoyed that, just a little bit of like B-roll to cut up. Me chatting shit to you, basically. So what I've got in this, you've obviously seen, but natural yogurt, granola, banana, mixed like dried fruits, raspberry, and some honey as well. So really good stuff. It's quite a big bowl of food, but this is just like everything that you'd need to set yourself up for a really good day. And breakfast, as loads of people say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm a firm believer in that. I think everyone should have breakfast, and if you're skipping breakfast, then something's kind of going wrong there. Now, I don't like using the word diet, and I mentioned this in the podcast I did with Scott the other day, actually, and I'll link to that podcast in the description below. So please do go and check that out. If you haven't heard of my podcast before, I would love for you to go and check that out. But basically, I just said I don't like using the term diet because if you search diet in Google, it pretty much says like what you eat. What you're eating is your diet, right? But people have kind of manipulated the word and created a word that kind of means something that's temporary. And I feel like your diet should not be temporary. Okay, so there's loads of people going around, I'm on a diet, I'm on, a couple of month diet or something. It's like, why? Like, so I'd rather use the term sustainable lifestyle, sustainable eating habits, I don't know, something like that. It's obviously not as like clear cut and as catchy as diet, but I feel like a lot of people have this misconception that a diet is only meant to last, a couple of months and then you can go back to what you were doing. It's actually being sustainable and having sustainable eating habits is the way you're going to make results and is the way you're going to be consistent. And consistency is the aim of the game with everything, to be honest. Yes, I enjoy having something like this, but also, sometimes I enjoy having something like this. Sometimes, after a 10-mile TT, which I guarantee tonight, I'm going to feel like shit, I'm going to stop at McDonald's. Alright, I probably will get some nuggets. Okay, so, But it's sustainable. I'm doing it in a sustainable manner. I'm not just picking out at McDonald's every morning and then going on a diet for like 2 months because I've gained so much weight. I'm doing this all in a sustainable way, and that'll be my biggest bit of advice. Find a way of eating that you can control and that you can sustain for a long period of time, and make small incremental changes as well. If you want to lose a bit of weight, don't just suddenly, and we mentioned this in the podcast as well, don't just suddenly slash your calories in half, because your body's just going to be like, what the fuck have you done to me? Like, this is not working. Incrementally change it, small steps. I find diet is similar to people talking about race weight, and this is not meant to be a rant video, so I won't talk about race weight, because if you've watched some of my previous videos, You will know how I feel about the bellends that talk about race weight, so let's just cut that right now. Another thing, breakfast-wise, coffee. As triathletes, I swear we're all coffee addicts, to be honest. But make sure you have your coffee after breakfast because it is an appetite depressant, or actually, I don't know if that's the right term to use. Can your appetite be depressed? I don't really know. Sound wrong. It impedes your appetite. That's what I was looking for, not an appetite depressant. I don't know if that's a word, like, that's a thing or not, appetite depressant. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so have your coffee after your breakfast because if you have it before, then you're not going to feel as hungry and then you're not going to eat as much and then you're not going to fuel properly for your day. So yeah, those are my top tips for breakfast. Well, they weren't actually really tips. They were just like showing you kind of what I have and what I think you should have. Basically, something like this. Ooh. And if you can sustainably eat something like this, you can mix this up massively as well. Something like this, I would recommend something like this to pretty much everyone. Obviously, people have different dietary requirements. If you're vegetarian, vegetarian's fine, vegan, then obviously you'll need to mix it up a little bit. But something like this is going to set you up so much better for the day than something like that. But again, something like this just tastes so freaking good. What I would also recommend while you're having breakfast is a glass of water as well. Or if you have worked quite hard the day before, or if you're going to be working quite hard that day, then add some electrolytes to that. Have some precision hydration, repping it, or have whatever tablets or powders you use. Because coffee is obviously, as we know, it's a diuretic. So, I mean, we all love coffee, but you don't want to become dehydrated, especially early on in the day. You want to make sure that you're pre-hydrating for breakfast, making sure you're getting in all this good stuff so that then you can hit the day as hard as you want to, basically.